Crafternoon. We are working this week with this fantastic layout from Brandi Joe, the Scrappy Boy Mama, over on Instagram. This one has a lot of really neat elements to it. A lot of really neat things that I felt like we could adapt and make our own. So, if you are new here, welcome. I am so excited that you found me. I am Karen. I am the everything behind A Little Kinder here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'm in all three places under the name A Little Kinder. And so I would love to have you follow me in all of those places, as well as like this video. So my friends who've been with me before, welcome back. This is going to be another scrap lift. You guys know that if you've seen a few of these, very rarely do I follow the layout as it is. There is always something that I can pull from the layout that I love, and we turn it into our own. I think that's part of what's exciting about a scrap lift, is that there will be things that you fall in love with and that you want to pull out of the layout. So this one for me, I got to thinking about these triangles. She has created her own background using these triangles and then doing a stencil where we did some ink over it, and then she has splattered. And I really liked that. But I wanted to go a little bit different. So this is what I wanted to do. I really loved this interplay of the triangles. Now, I am not necessarily a triangle person. They're not necessarily a shape that I gravitate towards. But I had this fantastic photo that I took from the airplane. I think this is actually when we were taking off to come home, but it could be a landing shot. So you can see this is Allegiant Stadium, and then all of the strip over here. So there's the little half dome thing. There's the sphere down, not the sphere, the thing you jump off. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, and all of the hotels. And I thought this was a really fun picture just because of what it shows. And it's like an overview of Vegas. And I wanted to scrap it. And I thought that this layout drew things in for me to be able to work with. So here is what I have done. I went and I made a bunch of globes. Instead of using triangles, we are going to use globes. And we're going to lay them out so that they are, they're kind of making our background paper for us, which I thought would be really fun. But then I was really trying to decide what papers to use. So these that I made the globes out of are a very old collection from a company that's no longer around. It's from Scenic Route, if you remember that, if you've been around for a minute. I loved their papers. And for whatever reason, this green one that had this blue and green starburst thing on it, I have like 20 sheets of. Don't know what I had originally planned to do with it, but evidently I loved it enough that I had a gajillion sheets of it. So that is what I made my globes out of. I really kind of liked how this reminded me of maybe very abstractly the water and the land on a globe, and then the lines. So that's where we're going. I also made this cute geotag shaker that we're going to use in this layout. Now, I sometimes really struggle with using my silhouette, and so that is why I did not film the making of this, for fear that it was going to be one of those moments where all you saw was my frustration. But I did want to mention that I used my reverse tweezers to help me glue all of these pieces together. I cut 9 of this little geotag outline out, and I glued them together. So that's how I got my depth. I knew I would never be able to get the foam to do right. And I have a Cameo 2, I think. It's a very old Cameo. It's not one of the ones that necessarily does a lot of thick material. So I was also thinking, let's not push my luck, because right now I can't afford to buy something newer should I break the machine. So we went with what I knew. I filled this with, this calls for confetti sequins. There are about 4 different mixes in here. There are 2 different blues and 2 different greens. And then I put the little clay heart pieces, which I think is really, really cute because it's the blues and greens like you would have on the earth, and then the cute little hearts. I also used a product from this calls for confetti that's called, I forgot the name of it. Oh, shoot. It's an anti-static product that they have that, it's called, It's No Secret, that you can put along the edges that help when you've got glue everywhere. And this was not the easiest gluing job ever, because there was some glue that stuck out on the edges. So It's No Secret is probably one of my favorite products to use when I'm making shakers. So what I actually think we're going to do is cut this down and layer it on top of here. I did pull out this globe stencil, but I'm not thinking I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to use this paper to be my stenciled piece. So I think that's where we're going. I do love this little globe stencil from, it's Vicky Booten's from her Where To Next. And I think it would have been super, super cute. I had also thought about maybe using these circles, which are the leftovers from cutting out that ring, and putting the stencil on there and then using those, but I'm not sure that's what we're going to do. But we have that as an option. So let me clear the deck and let's make a layout. here is our finished scrap lift. Thank you so much for being with me today as I put this layout together. I really loved the inspiration piece from Brandi Joe. I thought this was fantastic, and I love my version of it. I will take some close-ups of this so you can see some of the detail and put them at the end of this video. Please make sure that you check out my tribe. Everybody is lifting this layout today and will have a unique take to the layout. Thank you for being here. Until next time, my friends, go make some memories. Bye-bye.